So I'm here tonight to talk to you about the future of human resources. It's a topic that I teach on at NYU to my graduate students. It's a topic I'm passionate about in running an HR function, and I'm going to walk you through my beliefs on it and where we're headed with it. So first I would tell you, people ask me a lot, why am I passionate about the future of HR? And I think in part it's due to not starting my career in HR. I started on the line side of the business, and I worked in property casualty underwriting, I worked in product development as a line leader, and I'm a recovering computer programmer. So all of those experiences together have shaped my beliefs about what I think HR really is meant to be. I believe we exist to enhance and optimize business performance at the intersection of strategy and talent. And I believe that in order for us to do that, we have some transformative changes to make to get us there. So I'd like to start HR from the outside in, which is looking at the business side, what's happening in the world around us. We heard a lot about what's changing in the world of work. We'll talk a little bit about what's changing in the world of business. And my passion is around aligning all of those things so that as an HR function, we are preparing our businesses for success. When our companies are successful, everybody wins. We find happiness, we find purpose, we find success, fulfillment, and meaning. So what's happening in the world of business? 2015 was a record year for merger and acquisition activity, tracking in at 5 trillion with a T, 5 trillion. Half of the companies that are on the S&P 500 today are expected to disappear in the next decade. What this means is we're experiencing rapid transformation in the business environment, and this survey asked CEOs if they recognize that change, was one of the areas they probed. And while they do see the change coming, they're still reliant on old business models that fail and fall short of addressing the changes in disruptive competitors and in the changing landscape. So what does that mean for us in HR? Disruption and change in the business environment will require us to create a new vision for the future. And that's where we can come in. HR should be leading that effort to help our businesses create that new vision for the future. These are the 5 areas in HR that I think are ripe for transformation. In that survey that I mentioned to you a minute ago, 66% of the CEOs recognize the need to change their business, yet 37% of them did not feel confident we could do that, that our organizations could do that. So enter HR. We can do that. That's what we do. And so we're going to talk about these areas in HR that are ripe for transformation to position us to lead these transformative efforts. First off is the Agile processes. You heard Enrique talk about that a little bit. I think it's ripe for HR because innovation is now a business imperative. It's happening all around us in the business environment, and we can do that. Agile is not just for IT anymore, even though that's where it started. And if you're watching and following this performance management revolution, that is Agile HR, my friends. It's here. So the next one is human and machine collaboration. We are seeing routine scripted processes being rapidly automated by AI technology. And I will introduce to you those 3 little bots there at the bottom that were the outcomes from my last class I taught at NYU. So I challenged my students to create AI chatbots that would automate HR services. So meet Benny the bot, who will answer your HR benefits questions. Meet OnBuddy, who is a concierge onboarding service for your new employees. And meet Minerva, who is a bot that will help you manage your career development choices and which way to go. The other fascinating thing about this is they built these AI chatbots from scratch in less than 6 weeks. They were looking for venture capitalists as soon as we were done. So the next piece is building the organization for the future. So if you notice, this chart on the left is how things were, and the chart on the right is how things are today. And is it any wonder our organizations and our employees are confused? They're feeling the pressure of business environments that are changing, organizational goals, and structures that contradict the ways in which work actually gets done. We've shifted from who do you work for, the hierarchical approach, to who do you work with, collaboration and innovation and inclusion, and people are really confused by it. The next piece is the employee experience. When the internet gave voice to opinion, the employee experience was born. Welcome to Glassdoor. Welcome to JobCrowd. Welcome to Indeed, who's now on that track. So employees have a voice, and how we pay attention to that and how we curate talent and culture is becoming more and more important. And we're going to break that down into two. For Curator of Talent, you heard in our first presentation, it's global talent economy. Anywhere, anytime, any form, freelancers, contractors, the gig economy. And we're working longer, we're living longer, so people will work for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, maybe 60 years. You should see my students' face when I tell them that. But gone are the days of a 30-year career in one company. Gone are the days of working up the proverbial corporate ladder. The ladder's broken. Gone are the days of retirement. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is projecting a 6.4 growth rate of the 75 and older population in the workforce in the next 5 years. Things have changed. The new entrants to the workforce today will likely have at least 12 jobs, likely change professions completely at least twice, and the likelihood they'll stay in one company for that entire duration is slim to none. So we need to figure out how to make this work. Then we have culture. We are more global, more diverse, more inclusive than we have ever been, and yet we struggle to figure out how to make it work. How do we use D&I to fuel innovation, collaboration, purpose for employees to feel like they're contributing in different ways and adding more value that can help fuel their new ideas, new behaviors? And then the last piece I'll leave you with is we as a function need to transform how we get our work done so we become a business performance enabler. And you can substitute your it, how it gets done, for performance management, for talent management, whatever your it is. But I will tell you this, if your it is an HR initiative, you will fail. It must be a business imperative. It must be aligned with the business leaders in order to get it done and make it work. And if you have HR speak in your HR processes and how you get your work done, you will fail. So you need to do that. The last piece really is the quote I'll leave you with from Gary Hamel, one of my favorite thought leaders around strategy, and that is the biggest barrier I see for us getting this done is us. We have to start thinking differently about HR for the future, how work is changing, how the business environment is changing, and how we need to change in order to support that. Thank you.